Adorama TV presents Getting the Shot with Corey Rich.
Hi, I'm Corey Rich, and you are watching Adorama TV. Adorama.com is the place where I buy all of my photo and video equipment, both for professional use, but also just for fun. Tonight we're going to talk about how to shoot a glowing tent under a starlit sky. It's kind of the shot, it's the iconic shot actually of any camping trip. So a couple of key points. One, get there early. We're here before the sun has gone down. That's pretty key because scrambling up on a dome like this would be pretty tough in the dark. So we're here early. I'm going to set up the tent. Eventually I'll put the fly over the tent. And then you need a light source to put inside of your tent to glow. Now there's two options. You can use your Nikon speed lights. Sometimes I'll do that, and you can fire those remotely. The other option is to use continuous lighting, and that's what we're doing tonight. I'm really excited. I have one of the prototype Litepanels 1x1 Bicolor Astras. So the beauty of this light, the Astra, is one, it's bicolor, so I can warm the light up, go to tungsten, or I can go to daylight. But it's running on an Anton Bauer battery, so I could let this thing run all night long. I mean, I have a ton of power, so it can actually run for a long time. So just as a test, I'm gonna power this guy on, and you know, at full power, it's an enormous amount of light. We don't need that. I'm gonna be right at the edge, the lower end of what we need, of what the light is capable of outputting. And I'm gonna put some diffusion on there just to reduce the amount of light, because remember, I'm doing a 30-second exposure. So one, pick your location. Two, have a light source for inside of the tent. Have enough diffusion so that you're going to be surprised how little light you need. So I'm really going to diffuse that light. And it can be as simple as putting a t-shirt over the top of your light source if that's what you need to do. I'm going to point the light straight up at the top of the tent. Number three, you need a tripod. It doesn't need to be an ultra heavy duty tripod, but something that's going to be stable even if there's a minimal amount of wind. And there is a little bit of wind tonight in the Sierra Nevada mountains. But once you compose your shot, you're really going to lock it off. And I'm going to use the timer mode to trigger the camera. I don't want to be shaking the camera, so I'll put a 2-second delay on the camera shutter. So I press the shutter release button. 2 seconds later, the self timer triggers the actual camera. It does the exposure. To get stars in the sky, you're looking at roughly a 30-second exposure with a fast lens. So I'm shooting on a Nikon D4s, high ISO sensitivity. So I'll be in that 800 ISO to 1600 ISO range on a 24mm f1.4 lens, and I'll probably be wide open. So I'm shooting wide open f1.4 24mm lens, and I'm doing long exposures, 30 seconds. That allows me to just get that glowing effect in the sky. I'm on the 24mm f1.4 lens, and because the tent's not moving, I mean, it's really a fixed object, and it's so lit up, it's easy to focus. So I'm actually going to switch to manual focus on the lens. And that way, once I found my focus and I check it on the back of the camera, I know I don't need to mess with focus again. So I'm on manual focus and 800 ISO, 30 seconds, f1.4, self-timer, and I'm ready for action. In a recent episode of Adorama TV, I described how to shoot around a campfire with available light. The beauty of this shot is after you've shot at the campfire, the sky goes completely dark. You can then hike out to your tent, whether it's in a campground or up on a granite dome like this, and make another cool picture. Wow, look at that, it was a mistake. I accidentally turned on my headlamp midway through the shot, lit up the foreground rock, and it made for a really nice frame. I mean, this is really the best of all worlds. I have rock foreground lit up. I did a light painting of sorts, glowing tent, ridge line in the background, and then glowing sky with the Milky Way galaxy. It just doesn't get much better than that. You're watching Adorama TV, and I'm Corey Rich. The best part is that there's tons of free programming just like this published on a regular basis. Follow us on social media, follow us on our YouTube channel, and be sure to enter some of the Adorama contests because you can win a ton of cool stuff. But most importantly, get out there and make some cool pictures of your tent glowing at night.
great-looking prints at low cost? Be sure to visit our easy-to-use online printing service. Adorama Pix has professionals who treat your images with the utmost care that you can count on. For a quick turnaround on photos, cards, or albums, use AdoramaPix.com.